Hi, everybody, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 8 of Power Networking Media's weekly feature program, Spotlight on Small Business. I'm your host, Moshe Klein. Spotlight on Small Business introduces you to successful small business owners who share content and information that you don't want to miss. Today, I'm very excited to welcome my friend and networking partner, Kevin Donnellon, to the program. Kevin is with a company called Macali, and he is a professional EOS implementer. Kevin, welcome to the program.
Great. Thanks. Happy to be here. Appreciate the
I'm,
invite.
and I'm really happy to have you here, Kevin. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day. I think my first question has to be, and I think our viewers want me to ask this question: what is a professional EOS implementer?
Easy. Slam dunk. So here's what I do. I work with small businesses to help them get clear at three key things: vision, traction, and healthy. I use a holistic, complete system of simple, practical, and proven tools to help them do that. Work with the leadership team, get the leadership team on board. Then the rest of the organization just follows, basically. So that's what I do.
Kevin, you've been doing that, I think, very successfully for many, many years. So you really know what you're talking about. I think you'd agree with me when I say that I too have been in business for a long time, and I love working with small business owners. But the most challenging thing is most of them are not around very long, not because they don't have a great business idea, but they don't have a great strategy for making that business successful. Do you agree with that thought? And what would you say about what you've seen over the years?
Totally agree with that. And one of the things I think they suffer from is they really don't have an operating system. They have a great idea. There may be a market demand, but they don't know how to deal with things like, okay, here is how we realize the vision. Here's how we deal with people's struggles. Run the business on data. We consider these components. Do they know how to solve issues? Because even great leadership teams don't. Do they know how to process? And do they get that weekly day-to-day traction? I was with a group yesterday, and even though that seems easy to explain, to implement it is tough.
It is tough. I can't help but think about a grocery list when you talk about an operating system,
Perfect.
So many, everyone understands. You've heard this analogy 1,000 times, but in business, you have to have that grocery list. If you go into the grocery store without a list, you're going to inevitably, Kevin, buy things that you don't need, and of course, not get the things you do need. How much more so when you start out a small business? Really, you're living the dream that so many people want to accomplish in their life. You invest a lot of time and in many cases a lot of money, and you don't even have a plan of action.
Yep.
Isn't that the case, Kevin?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful point is a lot of people have a big shiny star out there, and they chase the shiny objects on the way to that North Star school. Excuse me. Can I try that again?
Of course.
um, they see a lot of shiny objects on the way to the North Star, which can distract them. Managing distractions is a big deal in business, as you know.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad you brought that up, Kevin, because being a small business owner almost always means you wear a lot of hats. It's easy to get confused. In some cases, it could mean the guy who's, performing the service is actually also the guy answering the phone. So you have to be laser beam focused. And I think that's what you and Macali Advance and Macali in Advance brings to the table. Isn't that right, Kevin?
Oh, yeah. And I think at some point in time, we teach a tool called Delegate and Elevate to your unique ability, which means do what you love and that you do best, concentrate on that, and then delegate the rest. That's the other kind of rabbit hole that small businesses get down, and they all try to be chief cook and bottle washer. We got to get out of that or they won't grow.
You made me think of a guy. I've had this sadly happen to me so many times. We had a plumber in our house many years ago, and he was literally on his back under one of our toilets, in the process of fixing the toilet, and his cell phone rang, and he took a business call from a potential customer while he was laying on the floor in my bathroom fixing my toilet. If that isn't the best example of what you just talked about, think about how affordable it is, Kevin, to hire a virtual answering service, for a business like that. That's just one of many examples. Kevin, we are quickly running out of time. Can I ask you to very quickly describe how you work with a small business owner? Perhaps maybe he's got 2, 3, 5, 12 people on the team, in the employ. How do you step in on day one and get the ball rolling?
Oh, I love that. We call it a focus day, and we work on everything from here's how you get through the ceiling, here's how you bust through it. We put together an accountability chart. Some people call it an organizational chart. We call it accountability for them. We then work on their top priorities. I teach them how to run a better business, and then I create a scorecard for them. And that's pretty much the essence of what we do. And I love it. Yesterday, scorecard. How are you driving your business? How are you meeting better? And what's your group to do that? So that's fundamental.
I think a lot of people in small business, if you were to sit down and do what you just described, would say, "Oh yeah, yeah, we're a great company. We've got great products or services and whatever, and this is what we want to do." But if you ask them, are they actually doing that the way they want to? I think the vast majority would say no. And that's all the more reason why I encourage our viewers, we are out of time, to reach out to you
My
directly
goodness.
it goes by so quickly. Please promise me that you'll come back again soon,
Absolutely.
and we'll
Absolutely.
just continue the conversation. But Kevin, I can't let you go before you tell our viewers how they could reach out to you directly, perhaps to set up a free consultation to find out more about how you might be able to implement an operating system for their business.
Sure.
And Kevin, if I may be so bold, I think if they're one of the first 2 callers to reach out to you, maybe you'll even have a copy of this wonderful book
Absolutely.
that you were kind enough to send me. It's called Get a Grip, and I love it. And right on the cover, Kevin, it says how to get everything you want from your entrepreneurial business. So, Kevin, how can our viewers reach you?
Email me, Kevin.Donnellon, Donnellon at MACALICOMM.com.
Awesome, Kevin. Well, I want to thank you again. I know you are a busy man. It's awesome networking with you through Power Networking Team.
Mutual.
And it's just, thank you so much. And it's just awesome having this one-on-one time. This has been another fun and educational episode of Power Networking Media's weekly feature program, Spotlight on Small Business. And I want to just encourage everyone to tune in every Wednesday for another episode of Spotlight on Small Business. Until then, good luck and good networking.